Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you guys back to another ICO review by your team at Crypton Research. Hope you guys have been doing great and staying warm while everyone is getting washed out in crypto land. Stay safe. Always remember to hodl. And before we get started, I just want to remind you all that this is not financial advice. We're just two guys talking about crypto. Today, we're going to be going over CoinMetro. It's an upcoming ICO which aims to put together um, attributes like Coinbase.
And
You
Binance,
got Binance
right?
and you know an ICO platform. Yeah, well, basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to put all these things together in one platform and one website where you don't have to go to 4 or 5 different sites to deposit your fiat and then transfer your fiat to an exchange to buy coins, cryptocurrencies. And then, after that, you have to transfer it back to your Coinbase. And, there's so much of a hassle. And many people don't even have access to Coinbase. And that's just one of the
Right.
problems that they're going to solve.
So, like, basically, right now, there aren't many fiat exchanges out there because there's lots of regulations, and it's a real hassle to get a license for that. So, what CoinMetro is going to be doing is they're going to aim to get that license, and that because there's going to be lots of regulations coming in. So, right now, say you want to get out of the crypto market, what do you have to do? You have to sell on Binance, you have to sell on Cryptopia or whatever, and then get the Bitcoin and then transfer that Bitcoin to Coinbase if you have access to Coinbase, and then get fiat. That's why there's a huge liquidity issue right now. So CoinMetro is going to aim to solve that.
Along with that, many of the exchanges that are out there right now, they're not regulated. And at any moment in time, the SEC or any regulatory agency can come and knock on their doors and try to shut them down. And when they do, knock on their doors and try to shut them down, usually they're going to get shut down. You're playing with the government here.
Right.
So CoinMetro is, we're going to go into all those things later on, but that's just a little preview about CoinMetro. And another thing CoinMetro is going to solve is in the ICO space, there's a lot of scams, and what they're trying to solve is they're going to create a one-stop shop for ICOs. So let's say you have an ICO and you don't want to do it on your own website. You can launch your ICO on CoinMetro, and the CoinMetro users can decide whether or not to participate in your ICO. And CoinMetro will do they'll already scan your ICO, make sure you're legitimate, and this way, no one's going to get scammed and lose their Ethereum.
Right. So right now there are a lot of bad exchanges out there with poor customer support. It takes literally forever to get in contact with them just in case something goes wrong. There are not a lot of employees at these exchanges. So what CoinMetro is going to be aiming to do is become the best of breed in this aspect. So do you want to talk a little bit about this exchange platform?
Yeah, so their exchange is going to be, it's going to be comparable to that of a Binance or an OKX or these higher end exchanges, which are going to be very, very fast. They're going to be very secure, and there's going to be very low transaction fees. Some exchanges have crazy amounts of spread between that bid and ask price, and this just makes them very inefficient. Maybe because there's no volume there, or whatever the case may be, it may just not be large enough. But CoinMetro is going to solve all those problems by creating a fast and scalable exchange with low transaction fees, and they're also going to be offering things like atomic swap between cryptocurrencies. So you don't have to, let's say you want to transfer your Vertcoin for Litecoin, you won't have to sell your Vertcoin for Bitcoin and then buy the Litecoin. You can simply just use let's call it an atomic swap and transfer your Vertcoin for your Litecoin. And that's just one example.
All right.
Many
So
more coins
okay.
are adopting this technology.
All right, so for the trading platform, they're going to make it user friendly, and then they're also going to add like advanced charts and tools for professional traders. Right now, if you look at a Bittrex or something like that, they don't have many advanced options. Everyone uses TradingView, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Correct, correct.
So if they can integrate this into their platform, everyone will come to them. Like GDAX and these other exchanges, they really don't have anything like that for technical analysis, at least. And I'm sure CoinMetro will add other features to their platform rather other than technical analysis.
Along with this, on current exchanges, you can simply use your Bitcoin to buy another coin. But what they're going to be trying to offer, and they're working with a popular forex broker,
Yeah,
and what they're
FX
going to be
Pig.
doing is FX
The
Pig, yes, and
CEO
FX Pig.
found that company. The same CEO for CoinMetro founded FX Pig.
So what they're going to be trying to do is what they're aiming to do is offer leverage to their customers. So they can, let's say you have $1, that $1 can become $50, and you can buy more cryptocurrencies and whatnot. And along with that, currently on exchanges like Binance and Bittrex, when you try to do a complex order type, say a sell stop order or a buy stop order, or use a stop loss simply, even that's hard,
Yeah, it's complex.
and it's very complicated to do that. They're gonna solve that by making it very easy for you to make advanced order types as well.
Okay, so they're tokenized asset management. So it's based on a successful managed account model that they created at FX Pig. So they're going to use what they've learned from FX Pig and integrate it into the crypto world. They already have the experience in FX Pig and they've been doing it for many years. So they'll just translate that over to crypto and I'm sure they'll do well. But you want to talk a little
So
bit about the bullet points?
yeah, so a TAM is similar to in the foreign exchange world, similar to a PAM account or MAM account. So it's basically a money manage. A PAM is a personal money management account, and basically in that you can pool funds together for multiple investors into one account and have one master account, which the investor would be managing, and all of the funds that are put into the fund. Each investor has access to their own funds, and they control that. And the investor or the investor has its own portal, and they can control their deposits and withdrawals. And basically, the fund manager only controls the main account and takes a fee of that overall profit or a profit sharing at the end of each month or quarterly or the yearly, however the case may be. So they're going to be integrating that management account management model to the cryptocurrency space, where currently there really isn't anything. And what you have to do is someone wants to manage some crypto money, then you have to give it all to the investor, and the investor can do whatever he wants with it. And there's really no transparency between the two. The manager can take some funds or do some shady stuff, and the investor may never know. So this is
Right.
going to uh, clear away all that and create a proper portal for both investor and manager.
Right. So they're going to try and get some high quality managers on their on their team, on their platform. So what can happen is, say this one manager is doing poorly, their performance is bad. You can quickly change to another manager. And in this world right now, there's no platform out there that you can actually do. Because there are a lot of novice investors out there. They have no idea about cryptos or what to do, and they don't know what to do. So the only thing they do is go on Coinbase and buy Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum, but they haven't heard of these other coins. With something like this, they'll be able to access more investments, right?
Exactly, and they can get exposure to altcoins, and altcoins,
Even
they do a
ICOs,
lot of
right?
cool things. Exactly, even ICOs,
Which this platform is providing.
they
So
do.
this is really interesting. So this is basically an ETF, but for cryptos. So right now, the SEC and whatnot, they're reviewing ETFs for Bitcoin. I don't know if they'll get approved, but it might be worth a shot. I really don't know if this will get approved for CoinMetro, but it is a great idea because what it is diversifies into baskets of digital assets curated by the team. So what it'll have is like just a bunch of like not random, but like they'll pick Neo and they'll pick IOTA, they'll pick Cardano, they'll pick whatever cryptos and bundle it into one ETF. And then they'll be like based on risk profile and whatnot as well. And with these ETFs or ECTFs, what they're saying is they'll create a lot of liquidity for the market.
Yeah, so they're going to be having different types. Let's just say the top 10 coins are a certain area, like I don't know, like Ethereum based. different sorts of hedge fund, or I'm sorry, ETFs. Like there are, there's oil sector, retail sector, all this sort of stuff in the stock market.
Right.
Basically, you can pick whatever you want to buy.
Right. Say you want to invest in IC or coins that are decentralized exchanges, you buy that ETF. Or if you want coins with ICO platforms, you buy that ETF. Right. Uh, you know. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about this ICO Express framework?
Yeah. So before, like I went over before, ICOs. There's a lot of scamming going on with ICOs. Recently, even recently, as ICOs have been growing, there's just been many scammers out there, and people are sending ETH to these people, and they're just running away with it, not getting anything of value back. But basically, all these ICOs that are going to be taking place on their platform, as soon as the ICO is completed and the soft cap or the hard cap is reached, and I'm sure the soft cap will be reached for most of these ICOs, as CoinMetro is going to be taking a look into each and every one of these ICOs before they launch it and making sure it's legitimate and the product or the project has some sort of legitimacy to it and a potential future to it. And basically, as soon as the ICO is done, they're going to be available to trade on CoinMetro, which is they're aiming to make it a large exchange. So by then, there's already going to be a lot of liquidity, and you're not going to have to wait. Like usually, you enter on like EtherDelta or IDEX.
Right.
Really
It's really
horrible
painful
exchanges.
for the retail investor because, getting into cryptos isn't exactly easy. There's a learning curve to it. It's not like the stock market where there's a foundation and everything's set up for you, right? This is just like an unmanned, uncharted territory.
Yep, and they're going to be using NEM blockchain, Ethereum blockchain, and the Neo blockchain,
Yeah, integrate
and
everything.
yeah, they're going to be awarding large investors, obviously, like they do in the original ICO phase. There's really not going to be no change. It's just going to be they're going to be keeping investors safe, basically, with
Right. The
by
great thing
having an
is,
ICO on it.
CoinMetro will be doing all the field work for people. They'll be vetting all the ICOs. So they'll vet them, and obviously you can do, but they weed out all the crappy ones. All right, so this is the platform comparison chart. So CoinMetro is looking to get all of this, as we talked about earlier. What a major advantage over these other exchanges is that the ICO services. Because the ICO market, there are a lot of people in there, but at the same time there isn't. So it's a huge untapped potential, and more money that goes into it, the better for the
Yeah,
legitimate
and
projects because they need to be funded, right?
exactly.
For this
And
technology to go further.
something new like that CoinMetro has and other large exchanges don't have is going to be the off-chain or atomic swaps, like we went over before. You can exchange a coin for another coin and pay zero fees for that. And they're going to have the ICO platforms, which Binance doesn't have,
Yeah,
which
none of these
BitConnect doesn't have
exchanges
either.
have.
Exactly. And also, they're going to have margin trading, and it's going to be 1 to 50 leverage, which no other.
No, they do. Some companies do have margin, but it's not like
Yeah, it's not
big.
1 to 50. One to
Yeah, it's not
50.
one.
It's a pretty substantial amount.
Right.
So they're going to be offering more leverage, and the
I'm not really a
management.
fan of leverage. Man, create the next crash.
Yeah, you can do some crazy stuff
You,
with
you know
that, but
humans greedy.
yeah, exactly. Pretty greedy.
All right, so we want to talk about revenue model a little.
Yeah. So basically, whenever there's a transaction that occurs on their platform, they're going to be paid in coin tokens. So every time, so obviously you have Binance, and Binance has their own token, and if you use their token, you pay less amount in fees. And basically, they have a similar setup here, where if you use their token, you pay less fees. And as people use the exchange more, there's going to be more demand for these tokens because more transactions are going through.
Right.
And yep, that's it's going to increase as the amount of users and volume increases on the exchange.
Right. So they're going to be using a decent amount of their funds that they generate from the token sale for marketing and whatnot. So the more marketing you do, the more people you get on your platform, the more people you get on your platform, the more people trade, the more money you make. Similar to Binance. And Coinbase.
So,
Coinbase actually surpassed $1 billion in revenue last year just from trading.
oh wow, that's pretty crazy. And they only have what, three legit coins and
Right.
on one
Imagine
so-called
having
scam
them
coin.
all.
Exactly. Wow.
Crazy
Man.
to think about. Imagine if Coinbase added like Ripple or something. I think
Yeah,
a
they
lot
could.
of volume, and everyone's like, oh, it's cheap, it's cheap. All right, so let's talk about the roadmap for this. So the token
So
sale starts now, and then their exchange beta launches in a couple months. Then they're going to get licensing, and the coin will be tradable on CoinMetro Exchange. And then they're hopefully going to launch a debit card, and then the ICO Express launch, and then hopefully the ETCF launch. We'll see how that goes. Well, first we have to see if the SEC, approves ETFs and whatnot. Something like that could be attainable. And then obviously the TAM platform launch October.
pretty packed 2018.
Yeah, they have a lot of work ahead of them. All right, so this is just a comparison of CoinMetro, Binance. So,
Basically, CoinMetro offers a lot more things than Binance. Binance is just in its initial stages. They're going to be expanding as well, but CoinMetro already has all these ideas
right,
beforehand, and they're going to be getting them done this year. Where Binance, you don't know what's going to happen.
right.
You don't know when it's going to happen,
I
if
mean,
it's going to
Binance
happen.
is a very good exchange, but imagine if CoinMetro adds all this other stuff. How great CoinMetro would be if they can get on the level of Binance. That is
So CoinMetro acknowledges that the crypto space is going to be regulated further in the future, just as in the past in the forex markets they weren't regulated in the 1990s, but in the early 2000s, what happened was the forex markets started to become regulated as leverage and more people got introduced to the space. The regulatory bodies of the governments, they figured that we have to regulate this to make sure people are safe.
right,
And CoinMetro acknowledges that crypto is already going to be regulated. It's already happening. People are talking about it, and the SEC, and as recently countries in India, they're not even going to. Well, they had some very bad words towards crypto. Let's not get into that, but many other countries are going to start to regulate this, and they acknowledge that, and they already have connections with the FX forex regulators in most countries, like with the main players like the SEC and whatnot. So they already acknowledge that regulation is coming in the future, and they're prepared to face those
right.
regulations and comply with everything.
They're trying to get ahead of the curve.
So as you all know, cryptos are growing like none other, and by the day, most people are getting introduced to the space and what blockchain means and how revolutionary it's going to be in the future. And the current platforms, exchanges, and whatnot, like to get your fiat money into bitcoins, and then using your bitcoins to get into altcoins, getting into ICOs, starting a managed account, getting into ETFs, and most importantly, being protected and not having to go to multiple sites to do all that sort of stuff. CoinMetro is the one-stop shop for all those things, and in the future, we're definitely going to need a lot more organization in the space. And if we don't get that, people are going to be all over the place, and scams are still going to happen. And the industry is not going to get cleaner and better as a whole. So, CoinMetro is going to be solving many issues that currently plagues the cryptocurrency space, and they already have a like we said, the founder, chief visionary for CoinMetro, founded FX Pig, which is an FX broker. So they already have a lot of background knowledge about what it takes in terms of the regulatory field and customer service and all that sort of stuff. So CoinMetro is going to be the one-stop shop for everything crypto going forward. And this ICO launches in February, and
Yeah, the
it's going to
sale
be.
actually, the regular sale happens this Friday.
Yeah, so the regular show happens this Friday, and as we went over in this video, they have a lot of things that they're going to accomplish or
Right.
looking to accomplish, and when they do get these things rolling, and they start coming out with their beta and all the other things in their roadmap, it's going to be very helpful to the industry, and
Right.
A lot of people
So,
are going to see it as positive.
so you can check out their website, and then obviously you want to join their Telegram group. They have over 10,000 followers in their Telegram. So that'll be it for this CoinMetro ICO review. I hope you enjoyed this review. This is the first time we did this dual structure with my partner and I talking. So what I would like you guys to do is like, subscribe, and share this video, and tune in next time for the next one. Have a good day.